welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And this is going to be the last live stream for 2025. So we're finishing the streaming year with the annual 2026 forecast that I'm going to do with my tarot cards. So in this live stream, we're going to check out what the year is going to be for the 12 star signs. For the previous live stream, the one that I did on Thursday, I have looked into the guidance for the star signs, so checking it out as well. It's going to give you an idea the best way how you can manifest your energy. But other than that, the first thing that I'm going to do is the collective reading. So overall, what year and what kind of an year is ahead of us is going to show us the first 4 cards here, which I pre-drew so I can use them for the thumbnail. Hello, Jasmine. Welcome to the stream. So the first one which I drew, that is the sun, followed by the second card here, that is the 3 of Swords. Then the third one is the 9 of Swords. And the last one, we have the Hermit. I am very hopeful for the upcoming year, and I really hope that the world kind of shenanigans are going to be over, because according to these cards that I do have in front of me, the year is going to be very successful for every single human being. And for the most part, our affair, hello Gaia, our affairs are gonna run very naturally moving forward. And that will be the year where people are gonna find jobs that really suits them well, gonna find potentials for relationships that really suits them well, and in generally people are gonna start capitalizing and utilizing expanding energies of growth. Whatever your I don't even want to say skills, more like gifts, okay? Whatever your gifts are, talents are, 2026 is going to be a year where you, me, and every single human being is going to have more than one occasion to develop those talents, and as well kind of like those gifts. And that's why this is a year where we should, every single one of us should not be afraid from failure, but rather we better have a kind of strong determination to try stuff around. Now, for example, say you like someone, don't be afraid of the failure to share your emotions, okay? Just go out and announce them. And that way, regardless of the outcome, you will progress in your love life or in your career as well. Apply for the job you always wanted, because again, that is going to be the year where on more than one occasion, you, me, and every single one of us is going to have the opportunity to develop their natural gifts and also talents, and just transform one's life into very harmonious, I would say, to put it into a very harmonious flow. So the best quality either of us can have is determination to face consequences, whether good or bad, and have kind of no fear of them. Hello, Yasmin. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Taco, welcome to the stream as well. I have no idea what you just said, mate. Uh, so, towards the end of the year, when the whole process is over, oh, that's awful. Go, I don't know, if I were at your shoes, I would have went to chiropractor. Yeah, sorry to hear that, mate. So towards the end of the year, it's like a niche. So every single one of us is gonna have a niche that will be very personalized. A niche business, a niche relationship. It's something to hold on to that puts a lot of worth into thy life. And at that point, if you question whether your life is worth it or not by the end of 2020, by the end of 2026. Okay, that's not for me. Um, so by the end of 2026, thy life is going to start worth living again, and it will have a real cause. But right at the start of 2026, things should kind of like starts to grow. Everything little by little should start to grow for every single one of us. I will refrain from commenting on it, Taco. All right, so there are going to be 12 readings. Just every single one is going to be just like this one I just did. And they will be for the star signs, starting from Aries and ending with Pisces. And bear in mind that these are generalized readings for the star signs. If you do want to have a personalized reading, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. There on the very front page, you are going to see full list of my services, also their pricing. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support it, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal. The PayPal link you can find in the description down below as well, and anyone who does so is going to have their personalized reading at the end of the stream. In this particular case, the reading is going to be what kind of an year 2026 is going to be personally for you. Uh, So we do have currently four of you. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. Taco as well, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you, Taco. Jasmine, thank you for the $20. Thank you, Jasmine. And also Rocky, thank you for the 28 Canadian. Thank you, guys and girls. You all are going to have personalized reading on what kind of an year you are going to personally have, what kind of an year 2026 is going to be personally for you. So let me put you into the list. Right. Taco, as per our agreement, mate, your reading is going to be the very last one. So, starting up first, that will be Aries. Let me shuffle. Mhm. Oh, that's awful, Jasmine. All right. For Aries, the first one is Eight of Swords. It was rough for many people. I think it was rough for the planet Earth in general. Ace of Wands, uh, Five of Wands, and the fourth one for Aries 2026 forecast. It is a Six of Pentacles. Right, this will be a restrictive year for you. That is not to be taken and understood as a lack of growth or success when it comes to 2026. So what happens, it is that the circumstances throughout the year, say your relationship, say your connections, contacts, jobs, and whatnot, will put restrictions on and limits as well on not on your development, but rather on your performance. Simply, there are gonna be things that are will be that you would want to do that are gonna be incompatible with the current undertakings you're doing, and that's why you're gonna feel like restricted, like you're like your life is stifled from one or another thing throughout the year, which is going to be a point that you can make a bit of mistakes, trying to free yourself from a responsibilities in order to feel freedom. And that way, at least according to these cards, you will enter into a very, very risky stage that is not going to reward you by much, but it can take a lot from you. Therefore, this is a year for you, Aries, where you need to hold on and honor, not just only on paper, but also in spirit, your vows, your contracts, and also your responsibilities. Now, on this front with the responsibilities, there are going to be much more that you can pull from those going through 2026. Just to give you a quick example of it, say you have signed for a job that pay X amount of money. From that very same job, you can reward yourself with more than these just X amounts of money, doing your responsibilities as the code of conduct demands, and by the letter of the book. Simply, there are going to be additional how can I put it towards additional unexpected circumstances that are going to give you the chance to simply go for more, but not for a new beginnings and kind of like new opportunities. Just expand on the current opportunities you personally have. Now, by the end of 2026, it seems that you are going to position yourself in a quite of a cozy spot. You're going to find yourself a position at work that very well suits you. You're going to find yourself in a relationship that very well suits you. You're going to simply be in your own turf by the end of 2026, which is going to set you in a position in which, how can I put it to words? Um, it will be comfortable, yes, but the progress from there on moving forward, if you want to have any progress, because some of you may decide that enough's enough and I'm quite satisfied with my current state, but those of you who do want to progress Progress can be only accomplished if you push your own limits, meaning that no one can present you with anything at that point unless you abandon that cozy position and that zone of comfort that you're going to find yourself by the end of 2026, and try to climb the ladder of the hierarchy. But by the end of 2026, again, you're going to find yourself in a position that is going to be deprived of any troubles, issues, concerns, and problems as well. The only thing required here is stay true to your word, to your contracts, and as well to the vows that you have given. Next one, that will be Taurus. But I couldn't agree more, Taco. 2025 was quite transformative for me. It was tough, yes, but I can't complain because in 2025, one of the best things in the world happened to me. So, oh, one can't have everything, you know. I mean, you also have what you want. You wanted to go to Colombia, didn't you? So you get your dream came true. But that's a funny thing about the human brain psychology. We can go through 1,000 pleasant moments, and if there is just only one that made us feel poignant and unhappy, it is the one that we are going to remember, not the 1,000 beautiful moments we had. It is. Right, so for Taurus, Ace of Wands. Because someone can do you kind for 10 years, and if they screw you once, that is what you are gonna remember that person for. And it's we are gonna remember that person for, because it's just how our brain works. And that's why, by the way, if you go for a promotion, it is much more likely you to get the raise or the promotion if you corner your boss with the arguments what they are going to lose if they don't hire you, rather than what they are going to win if they do hire you. Simple is that human mind is more sensitive to losses rather than gains. Second card, Ten of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. And then is Judgment. It's a very strong year for Taurus by the look of those cards. Now, there is one thing that you need to remember here is not to be way too generous on promises and also initiative. Okay, that is because it's highly likely that you may end up taking on responsibilities that simply not yours to carry on. But once you make a claim, okay, you claim that you can do one thing or another, you claim that that is something you can handle and whatnot, you are going to be expected to do it and punished for not doing it. For example, you may have a colleague that is not doing very well at work, and you may mention to your boss that you are going to help that person, and your boss are going to expect you to do that for the rest of your for the rest of your performance there. Doesn't matter what you meant, right? So it's important for you, Taurus, throughout 2026. Don't say words or don't make claims, don't give promises, don't sign contracts unless you are 100% certain that you can answer the demand. Other than that, 2026 is going to be dappled, not suffused with gainful opportunities for you. One better than the other, right? And every single one of them is going to be kind of like a fusion, kind of like a mix of um, uh, of requirements that you really cover. What I mean is that you're well set to handle the challenge, but the challenge itself will allow you to improve even further, to develop skills, to acquire knowledge, to flourish in talent. And that's why it's going to be important throughout the 2026, not just only to be open to the world, but also to attend to the finest details of your undertakings. And you are going to recognize the gainful opportunities following the radar of conscientiousness. You have an opportunity in front of yourself. Imagine yourself going forward with it. Imagine yourself handling the challenge. Are you conscientious about it? If not, then it's not gainful for you. If yes, then that's a gainful opportunity for you. And by the end of the year, it's kind of like you're gonna have your life pretty much sorted out for you. What I mean is that if life is puzzle, all right, you're gonna have every single piece of it on its rightful place, and every single aspect of your life is just gonna make sense, right? Your relationship is gonna make sense to you, your job is gonna make sense to you, and is going to have its own contribution, full contribution to your well-being. Your life will carry on, no single compromise by the end of the year. It's just everything is going to be at its rightful place. Super good year for Taurus. Just don't beguile yourself into, someone else's business. Simple as that. Hello, Foot Snail. Right, next one. That'll be Gemini. Yeah, I saw your email, but I haven't saw the photo yet. Yet. I am going to, though, tomorrow or the day after. Tomorrow is going to be a day of resting, of relax. Of relaxation. All right, so your cards, Gemini, Two of Cups. First one, followed by Queen of Swords, which is a second. 10 of a Swords is the third one, and the last one we have for you, it's 9 of a Pentacles. Now, this year for you is going to be very rewarding, and the real rewards are going to come towards the end of the year. This is a year of true partnerships for you. Now, these partnerships may be romantic partnerships, they may be business partnerships, but these are going to be partnerships where everyone is going to pull their own weight, meaning that you aren't going to feel for a single moment within these partnerships that you are carrying and pulling the whole weight of the ordeal. Alongside with the partnerships, though, this is going to be an year of a fierce competition, right? And I'm sorry to say it, but it does look like that your progress, the establishment of your connections are also gonna earn you enemies. That Queen of Swords into the second position, it does shows that there are gonna be people out there that really, really doesn't like you. Or I'm gonna say it that way, they're gonna grow to hate you in their guts, right? And some of them may make at least one of them is going to make their life mission to ruin your life. And the best thing you can do is don't give them reason to do so. What I mean here is just stay away from their path, because the good thing about that card, it is that at first they don't have any direct connection to you. They don't have any right tool or direct tool to influence your life. And if you kind of like enter into the conflict, you're going to give them one in a plate. For that reason, just don't seek trouble and don't enter into trouble unless it's absolutely needed. This year, you, Gemini, gotta be very decisive, and is going to be a year of a purge as well, where simply stuff that doesn't work for you anymore and that are pushing their auto limits, it's going to be you are going to relinquish your life from, by taking on definitive final decisions, making a final moves toward, for example, people that annoy you, for example, businesses that doesn't bring money, and so on and so forth. And simply you're gonna cut these aspects which are just only leeching out of your life for good. And once that is done, by the end of the year, you're going to find yourself having now the tools to make a strong leap in development moving forward. Whether that development is going to be about your love, or whether it's going to be about your business, or whether it's going to be about your social, that is besides the point. I mean, this is going to be your choice to make what that development is going to be all about. But you are going to feel very rich, very wealthy by the end of 2026. And the wealth is just about to start piling up for you. Just don't seek trouble throughout 2026. Okay, next one. That'll be Cancer. But before I go to Cancer, I'm gonna pour some water for myself. So bear with me. Right, so we're at Cancer. Those are the cards for Cancer. Six, Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and Ten of Wands. So if I have to make a comparison, this is going to be a year for you, Cancer, where the apprentice is surpassing the skills of their master. So what happens here is that you will kind of see that you do not need to be with that guy or a woman or, you know, team any longer. For a reason, you are going to be better off on your own. That's why this for you is going to be 2026 is going to be a year of breaking up partnerships, breaking up relationships, cleaning up friendships, making a spring cleaning into your social life as well. Simple as that is, you know, because you can do better without those people. And one of the telltale signs for that is going to be because you're going to see that you are getting no support from them whatsoever. Even worse than that, it is that these people are trying to convince you out of your ideas and trying to convince you as well out of your efforts to do something unique for yourself, right? To kind of like to make a mark in the history of, for example, the world or your family, and whatnot. And so once you see that there is no reason to be a to partner with these people anymore, to partner with a colleague, or to be with your current boyfriend or girlfriend, these people will try to promise you something more of the same, that obviously will not gonna work for you any longer. And also it's going to be a promise from their side that they are gonna change, they will believe more in you in the future, which is going to be also, I don't want to say a lie, but it will not be true. Okay, so 2026, you will seek excitement and you will seek newness. You are going to find excitement and you are going to find newness, and you're going to do it on your own. And by the end of 2026, you are going to have a lot of things to handle. You're simply going to have a lot of enterprises at your plate. You're going to have a lot of undertakings that you're handling. And while you may feel overburdened by the end of the year, okay, that you do have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of standards to answer to, a lot of criterias to fulfill, it will not going to be an impossible task, and an amazing reward and rewards, plural, are awaiting you at the end of your performance. So while it's going to be a very busy and kind of lonely year for you, not exactly lonely, but, you know, transformative year on the social front, is going to be extremely rewarding one if you stay true to your passion and as well undertakings. Right, next one, that will be Leo. Oh my. Those are your cards, Leo. So we do have the Hierophant, the Hermit, I'm sorry, not the Hierophant, but the Hermit. Then is the Three of Swords. Moving on next, Queen of Swords. And the last one for you, that will be the Emperor. Hey, News Devon. Welcome to the stream and good morning. The last days at work, eh? All right, Leo, unlike the previous 4-star signs, these cards for you are catching just one narrative, but I believe is going to be the most important narrative for you. So this is good. 2026 is going to be a year where you are going to make the most effective alliance and partnership in your life thus far. This is going to be a partnership that is going to work, right? That it's simply going to push your thing through, and your thing is going to be a big deal. So what is going to happen at this year? I don't know when, right? Maybe at the start. That is the most likely scenario. But by the start of the year, or at the start of the year, you will stop following examples, right? You are going to withdraw from the world and from the ideas of everyone else, and you're going to come up with your own idea that will be very essential and very, very important for you to develop. And it will be a very difficult execution. So difficult that at first, when you come up with the idea for a business, for example, or idea for family, and so on and so forth, you will be scared to try it out because when you make your research, you're going to see that many people tried, they failed. It was impossible for them. It's not going to be impossible for you though, because somewhere along your time, you're passing through time throughout the 2026, you are going to be introduced to a person, that Queen of Swords, third position. And this is someone who will not give a single dime how difficult that thing is, how difficult your idea is, right? They will be capable to push that idea of yours, that business of yours, that liking of yours through. And why? It's because they do know something you don't. And once they share it with you, what you thought was impossible will become possible. And by the end of the year, you're going to have that idea, that business, that job, that relationship manifested in its entirety, to top it all off. And this manifestation will allow you to gain full control over your life, full control over your finances, over your intimate life. And through that full control, you will present yourself in the world. People are going to see you as a very strong individual, someone that it is not to be trifled with, all right? Someone that it's not to be fucked around with, right? And that state will allow you to face the ups and downs of the day-to-day routine with extreme ease from there on moving forward. Now, for how long, it depends of you. The moment you display weakness, it's the moment you lose that control. So I hope the 2027, when it comes to it, it's not going to be an year where you do show weaknesses in something. Yeah, only 2 days to go. I am finishing tonight, by the way. This is my last stream of the year. And thank you, News Devon, for the £10. Thank you. Shona say, thank you for the 20. Thank you. Let me, girls, add you to the list. All right, next one. Virgo. Fourth, I believe 4th of January is going to be my first stream. Yeah, it's the 4th of January. It's going to be my first stream at 2026. But yeah, from tomorrow, me and my girlfriend are starting the Christmas preparations, the Christmas Eve and whatnot, you know, the cooking, the cleaning, and all these stuff. Then for the new year, we are going to have a trip. And I am coming back at the 3rd. I'm coming back home at the 3rd of January. I'm gonna sort myself out, and then at the 4th of January, I'm gonna have my my first stream of the year. I will be taking private readings, yeah. This is just the last stream, but I will be taking private readings. I already have few booked. Well, I don't know if I should say. I mean, she takes these things private, but I'm gonna say that she's an air sign. Well, me too, Yasmin. Oh, I think we all, and when I say we all, I mean she, me, you guys and girls. We all deserve it. It was rough here. Okay, for Virgo, those are the cards. So the first one is Knight of Swords. Then what we have, it's the Page of Wands, followed by Nine of Pentacles, and the last one here, it will be, or it is rather, the Magician. Okay, so these 4 cards. Mm. 2026 is going to be a bizarre year for you, Virgo. Reason for it is because you are going to be in the center of a lot of unclear and uncertain situations at first, but somewhere along the way, going through these situations, there is always going to be an options that will work for you, and simultaneously are going to be options that you will really love to explore. Now, the problems that you're going to be facing is with the partnerships, though. I mean, for the most part, the people that are going to work with you, befriend with you and whatnot, are going to be people that you can simply not rely on, because these people are very, I would say, touchy in nature, kind of like kind of difficult to explain. um very superficial. It's like they're gonna find everything interesting, right? And they're gonna jump from a one thing to another, so basically they couldn't keep focus. And when you are developing a certain undertaking and you are relying on these people, and in the midst of it they change focusing to something else because they do find it a bit more interesting and they want to try it out, then pretty much be consistent and stick with the development, will be not just only annoying but also very, very detrimental to your work. So for the most part throughout the year it will feel like, you are the one doing the most out of it, or kind of like, I don't know how to even put it into words. You are carrying the whole thing on your back, which is not going to be left unnoticed though, right? And instead of actually uh, crippling you, that state will prove itself to be a big trampoline for you, because by the end of the year, you are going to be recognized as someone who can do simply that there isn't anything that you cannot handle. I do believe that this is going to be strictly career, or for the most part, a career, an year for you for career development, because by the end of it you're going to be gifted with a lot of freedom and a high amount of sovereignty in the career field that you're working on, or at the job that you're working on, and you are going to be given a huge credit of confidence by your boss, by your supervisors, and that will allow you to how can I put it to words, to exert influence and make decisions, not to mention that you are going to be granted a kind of like a huge opening for further development in your business. On the love front, that will be a year of high physical contact, if I may put it that way, and a physical attraction as well. But by the end of the year, uh, there is going to be someone, at least a one person, that will be willing to go along with you just because of who you are. They wouldn't care about your money, they wouldn't care about your status, they would only care about your character, and that's what they're gonna fall in love in. And it will be a um, uh, nice happening after all year, having to deal with people that simply doesn't know what they freaking want. Okay. But 2026 for you is going to be a year where, as soon as you see an option that you like and is gonna work for you, just take it. You will not gonna do wrong to anyone, certainly not to yourself by doing so. Next one, it's Libra. Oops. All right, those are Libra cards. Three of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Swords. And then is the Sun. So this year, 2026 for you is going to develop mainly on two departments, Libra. One department is startups. That year, you're gonna have a lot of, it's not even an ideas, it's more like a opportunities to go for a certain startups. And for the most part with them, you're going to see a very quick and rapid first results from their from the startups. Um, their the ideas for these startups are going to come from a super surprising not introductions, but like a associations of yourself with a just interesting people. Okay, people that are, oh my god, I don't know the English word for it, but kind of like outsiders maybe, that no one really listens to them, but by you kind of having conversations with them, somewhere into the conversation something is going to trigger the idea for the startups. These are going to be people with a very unique set of mind that no one understands, not even you, right? But somewhere throughout the conversations you're going to have with them, something that individuals say or these people say are going to trigger the idea for the startups. Pretty brilliant, to say the least. Fringe, yeah, let's put it that way. So they are kind of, no, not eccentric. Fringe is the more closest. Um, it's closer word to that. And while you're going to be quite skeptical at first going forward with the startup, very quickly that startup is going to happen to be and to come to you. The development of the startup is going to come to you very naturally. So that's going to be something you will be on a fire in, all right? And it's going to be one thing after another in terms of development until you put it in a state of expanding energies of growth. And I will not gonna be surprised if one of these startups happens to be extremely successful and large business that you can develop. The other department is social and family. So that's going to be a year where within your family you will face a lot of support. I just, you have an idea about something, one of these startups, and your family is going to support you into it. They may not understand a bit what you're talking about, but to your surprise, they will support you emotionally. And if they do have the capability of as well financially. On the social front for you, Libra, this year is going to be a year of a purge where you're going to start looking out for a people that can enrich your life and enrich your opinion, and stop handling and kind of like giving attention to people that are chewing the same thing over and over again. Hello, MT. Thank you for the 20. Thank you, MT. Let me put you into the list. Right, next one, Scorpio. These are the cards for Scorpio. Now we do have a 10 of Pentacles, Justice, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. It's hard for me to believe it. It's hard for me to believe it because I'm Scorpio. I know kind of like my state right now. So this is going to be an year of material gains for Scorpio, especially when it comes to kind of like a development that it is going into 2026, right? Like, for example, if you are studying something right now with a plan to step on it and get a better job or establish business on it, okay, in 2026, it's doomed to succeed. It's just there is no question that that plan of yours, it will work, and it will work even better than than what you are expecting. And what these cards are showing is that by the end of 2026, you are going to have a certain pattern that you can step on and walk in, and you are going to be extremely well of it. I mean, that pattern is going to make your life very independent. You will feel no need to get loans. You're going to feel no need to borrow money or to rely on someone, okay? That is because this preparation or this how can I put it to words, a development right now is going to prove itself to be super lucrative, right? Super lucrative. And again, it's going to lead you into a pattern of life that is going to make life very simple. It's just very simple, devoid of any concerns and issues whatsoever. Now, what you need to, or rather we need to look out for is the complexity of the business or of the job or of the personal project, depending on, you know, what you are planning to do right now. The reason is that it will be presented to us probably by other people that it is more difficult than it has to be. And if we fall for it, we are going to end up being robbed. As simply, we are not going to get what we deserve. So, if you need to do so, look out for another opinion, make deeper and more profound research on it, because if it looks very complicated, you are certainly kind of like BS. You are certainly fed a big bowl of shit, and for that reason, it will be best, for example, to change partnerships or just simply look for some other way of development, because you are kind of like lied to. Simple as that. Another thing for Scorpio is that 2026 is going to be a year where people from your past are going to make themselves known again. Now, that may be exes, maybe old friends, you know, it's just in general, these are going to be people that you haven't catch up with for a very long time. They're going to have a positive contribution to your life if you so choose to allow them to be a part of, but you can decide not to take them in. Either way is going to work for you. And the advice here is, if you feel harmonious about your relationships, then you don't simply need these people. If you feel like kind of like you need some addition to your social circle or to your love life, then so do it. But this is going to be entirely based on your own personal preferences. Next one, Sagittarius, Yadabi. Thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yadabi. Oh, you know me, Yadabi. Whatever the cards say, it's what I am saying. Whatever the cards show, I am saying. So I don't know if they're going to be nice to you. Hopefully they will. I hope you do. The Hangman. Eight of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Ace of Swords. So, Gaia, thank you for the 10 US dollars. Thank you, Gaia. Let me put you into the list. Hold on a second. Right, so 2026 for Sagittarius. An year of a lot of tough choices. It's just is going to be, you know, doubled with situations that you're gonna that you're gonna have to make a lot of tough choices, and these are gonna be choices to just kind of like let it go and stop being not kind of like a part of it, but more like let it run its own course, right? Okay, rather than having to influence the whole deal, like the decision to let your child do whatever they see fit rather than try to influence and guide their life. It's a tough choice, right? uh, Now these decisions are going to be provoked, because for more than one occasions, with almost all of your undertakings, you're going to see that the harder you try, the worse the situation becomes. And so you're just going to lift your hands and kind of like I said, let it run its own course. Course. And by the end of the year, Sagittarius, kind of like the uh, the circumstances will clear out for you, and at that point you're now going to have a clear picture and clear diagnosis over the state and the situation that you are finding yourself into. And there at the end of 2026, you're going to know exactly what you have to do in order to have things your way. And most of the actions that you're going to have to make are talking straight to one's face, right? Provoking these honest and open conversations, pointing the mistakes other people made, and that way you're going to have it your way. But the best way how you can spend 2026 is just knock a stack of popcorns, lay back, and enjoy the show of other people's mistake that they are making. So you can, at the end of the year, rub it into their faces with the words, I told you so, listen to me next time. Well, Jasmine, sometimes the reading doesn't make any sense, yes. But that isn't because the person is gonna pass. It is because it's way too early and the future isn't set. Okay, there are way too many ways how you can go forward about what you are asking for, because at the end of the day, at least Tarot, they don't take away your choices, and the end result isn't set at all. So the reading is all over the place. Capricorn next. Those are the cards for Capricorn. First one, the Devil. Second card, Four of Swords. Third card will be the Sun. And the last one is the Nine of Wands. This is going to be your year. Now, 2026 is going to be the year where your yearnings are going to be fulfilled. Whatever you yearn for, 2026 is going to be the year where it's going to make the circumstances just so you can have it. You yearn for money, money it is what you're going to have. You yearn for love, love it is what you have. You yearn for power, power is exactly what you're going to have, again through the very favorable circumstances that are going to align your way in about every situation you are going to find yourself into throughout 2026. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to try to convince you not to use that power, not to use these circumstances, and you should not listen to any single one of them. It's yours for the taking, because by the end of the day, one thing does not belong to the one by right, but it belongs to the one who takes it. You can take it, you should take it. Now, these circumstances will play exceptionally major role in a couple of things. One is to determine how you want to live your life, okay? And that will allow you to make your schedule, make your day-to-day routine, and in generally make the setup of your life exactly as you want. And no one will be able to do a thing about it, not to say a thing about it. The other major role of the power of the devil is going to be to meet you with the right people every single time. Every single time you're going to be met with the right person for love, for sex, for making money, for making friends, and you should take pretty much very, very strong advantage of it. And by the end of the year, you are going to be fed up with all that. It's like you will not going to be able to chew a single bite anymore because you will be full. What you're going to do after that and how you're going to use these blessings, it's entirely up for you to decide. You can be altruistic, you can be selfish, or you can simply choose to stack them up. It's entirely up to you to decide. Next one, that will be Aquarius. Those are the cards for Aquarius. So we do have Eight of Swords, Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Chariot. It's a year of immense challenge for you Aquarius. That is going to start somewhere about the start of the year, and I don't think that this is going to be a challenge by choice. that isn't going to be an undertaking you will decide to do, but you are going to be forced by the circumstances to enter that particular challenge. And it will be tough, man. I mean, it's going to feel like you are moving a mountain a whole year. And people, with exception to one, are not going to be nice to you at all. I mean, they are going to push their noses in your business, are going to try to influence your business. Not to mention that there are going to be people that are going to try to take advantage of your skills, particularly of your skills, meaning that they will opt and try to manipulate you to do their job on your account, and after that day to uh, bear the rewards of it. Of course, it does look like that you're not gonna fall for it, but one individual is going to be one that is gonna believe in you with no question whatsoever, and is going to be the one who will be always there for you whenever you need a emotional and moral support moving forward. That's going to be someone that understands you very well, and through the peace and the solitude and the solace that the bosom of this person offers you, that will allow you to make a rather quite solid plans what is going to be your next step. And by the end of the year is you will accomplish a triumph against all odds. Simply, um, if I have to put a comparison here, you are going to be the underdog that no one believes into, and it's kind of like you're gonna break every single expectation here, and it's people by the end of the year are gonna look at you with awe. And like I said, you're going to accomplish a very big triumph that is against the odds, reaching the wishful results. That triumph is going to make you feel very, very proud of yourself, and it will allow you to present yourself exactly as one is, without having to play a role, without having to please anyone, okay, without having to bear someone's attitude and as well criteria. It's just you will be for yourself, and no one will be able to say a thing about it. But again, reaching that point will be tough ordeal. Very, very tough ordeal. Okay, and last but not least, that will be Pisces. And not really, Gaia. Could have been worse. Imagine you had the tower at the end showing that the whole ordeal was in vain and you struggle all year long just to realize it simply wasn't worth it. Okay, you can never reach the results you hope for. That would have been the shittest reading ever. But hey, the harder it is, the sweeter is going to be by the end. So it will all worth it for Aquarius. Right, so Pisces, Eight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, second, third, that will be Four of Wands, and the last card for you Pisces, we have Three of Wands. Uh, this will be very dynamic here for you. There are going to be a lot of things coming your way as possibilities, that is. And couple of things you need to be mindful about is, first, there are going to be a lot of people dropping like flies from your life. Reason being, they won't be able to catch up with you. They won't be able to catch up with your pace, and they won't be as adaptable as you are to the ever-changing situation and ever-changing environment, because this is what you can expect here: ever-changing situation and environment, based on the many possibilities you're going to have that you can catch. The other thing that you need to be mindful of is that while these are possibilities you can catch, not every single one is going to work for you, right? So instead of facing these possibilities emotionally, you gotta face them mentally. What I mean is that you need to check them against a cold logic and be very decisive whenever you determine that one possibility can work for you while another cannot. Through these possibilities, through taking on these possibilities and options, you are going to finalize a very important cycles of developments, because you will find yourself attending to the important details of them. That's going to be an year where you finalize an education, for example, finalize impressing your boss, for example, finalizing setting an opinion for yourself, and so on and so forth. And by the end of the year, you will find yourself sitting on a very, very well established patterns. Simply, you have it in the bag. And you are going to start thinking of how can you use these patterns to get even more, to raise the bar of your expectations. And by the end of 2026, you will set. So you're going to take the initiation and set a new challenge for yourself that simply aims for more, aims for higher. Because by that point, all of your expectations are going to come true. And you will feel very confident with yourself and in yourself. And this is going to be, how can I put it, towards the very reality that it's not going to be without a reason, right? Being confident will be the right thing for you to be and to do. All right, so that was for Pisces. This is going to conclude the star signs forecast for 2026. And now I am going to do the super chat readings. Today, as they are going to be yearly forecast, there is gonna be no Lenormand draw. Right. First annual reading is going to be for personalized annual reading is going to be for Yasmin. Woo. All right, Yasmin. Like I said, Taco, there won't be one because it's an annual reading. Hey, News Phone. Right, so those are your cards, Yasmin. This year will be a very nice for you. Reason for it is because for the most part, that year 2026 will be very, very harmonious reading. A very, very harmonious year for you. Every single thing you have as an aspect in your life simply is going to make sense, and it will fit with what you are going through that harmony. The concerns and the problems that you are usually facing simply are going to kind of like solve themselves on their own accord. And what will be important for you to do throughout the year is just make up your mind. Every single option that will stand in front of you will work just as good as the next one. So putting off making a decision only is going to make things worse. So basically you just have to make up your mind. Be initiative in terms of making decisions. People will support you, especially the loved ones, and you will always gonna find find is not the right word, more like attract allies and also associates that are going to be true to your cause. And by the end of the year, you're going to find yourself ready to make a very ambitious move, basically to transform an ambition you have into very powerful drive that will simply going to work. But for the most part, throughout the year, you can expect to have high amounts of harmony, especially relationship-wise, and when it comes to work, you can expect to whatever difficulties and concerns, problems, plights, predicaments you face, to solve them pretty much with ease and massive breakthrough towards the end of the year for you. Next one, Jasmine. It is. You're welcome, Yasmin. Okay, I will wait for it. All right, Jasmine, these are your cards. Five of Swords, High Priestess, King of Swords, Ten of Wands. Now on the good note, or I should start with the bad note first. All right, I'm gonna start with the bad note first. This is gonna be a year which you will be, for the most part, under a lot of pressure. And this is going to be a pressure of getting certain results. Okay. And from your side, it will feel that you are crossing a lot of lines and kind of like stretching your limits in order to get those results done. This is also going to be a year where, with the exception of one or two partnerships, every other partnership will be humiliating. It is the best word that I can find. So how you're going to recognize those partnerships? Well, the ones that are going to work for you are the ones that you both have a mutual benefit to be partners. Whether partners in crime, whether partners in business, whether partners in love. Mutual benefits. Those partnerships that you are altruistic about and you're doing them just so the other part is feeling good, well, they will betray you, at least according to these cards. And that is the reason why you're going to feel humiliated and obviously betrayed. Now, your breakthrough is going to come from these one or two good partnerships that you will be able to forge throughout the year, because the people from these people that are going to side with you, they are going to be very smart. They are going to have a lot of connections, influence, and answers. Okay, and with them you will be able to come up with a very effective strategies, business strategies, romantic strategies, whatever you need. And with these strategies, you will be able to establish a domain. It is the best word that I can find. A domain that will be very demanding, but very rewarding by the end of it. That's why the year is going to be so pressurized, for the lack of better words. And the best thing you can do throughout the year, Jasmine, is to trust the healthy sense of mistrust. Well, Celeste Chavez, it's better to be alone than with someone that you have to make a huge compromise with yourself to be with. All right, next one, that will be Rocky. Just, Jasmine, always approach people that wanna have something to do with you dubiously. Make them prove their worth to you. Well, usually the stupid stuff are what causes the cracks. All right, Rocky, let's have a look what kind of an year you're gonna have. Ooh. Thank you, Jasmine. Yeah, there are people that can't. The Star, Four of Wands, Two of Swords, Eight of Cups. Yeah, okay, so Rocky, this year you gotta be patient. Now, what happens throughout the year is that a major burden that you are carrying on or you have accumulated throughout 2025 an aspect in your life that is causing huge trouble, it is a huge concern of yours, is going to be resolved, probably at the start of 2026. And that will make you feel liberated. That's the best word that I can find here. Liberated, with a wide range of actions and wide range of dreams you will be able to chase. Where lies the problem? Well, the problem lies in that 2026 or within 2026, either there will be no time enough, or you wouldn't end up with the right amount of resources to handle everything on these dreams and on these projects. And while your expectations are going to be that you are going to manifest those dreams by the end of 2026, at the end of the year, you will consider your progress and your development unfulfilling. That is how you are going to consider it. That doesn't mean that is going to be it. Now, for example, you may be expecting that by the end of 2026, you are going to have your dream business pretty much sorted out, set it up, and very lucrative. And you may find yourself being 80% done, not 100% of your expectation. That doesn't mean that you have done a bad job, okay? It means that your expectations were a bit unrealistic. Now, even though by the end of the year, your concept of how well you did is going to be unfulfilling to you, 2027 is going to hold a much brighter perspective. So, alongside with the unfulfilling assessment of yourself, you're also going to have the concept that is just a matter of time, and you gotta be a bit more patient. This year, to top it all off, is going to be a year where you're going to make a clean separation in between the aspects of your life, making it so none of the aspects bothers the other. What I mean, it is that your job is not going to interact and influence with your intimate life, neither your intimate life is going to bother your social life, and so on and so forth. And that way, you will accomplish what many people chase throughout their lives: equilibrium. Okay, next, that will be News Devon. And actually, News Devon, you do have a specific inquiry, which is what is coming your way. Let me find it out here. Yeah, so you don't want a annual reading. You want a Lenormand draw. So this is going to be Lenormand draw for 2 events. Uh, these are the first 3 cards, the first event, and that's a tough one because it will leave you feel betrayed, while it's not the correct expression here. What those cards are showing is that They show you events. They don't show you development. They show you events. That is how they work. So the event for you is a person that you love as a friend will happen to love you as a wife. And this is going to be the end of your friendship with him or with her. Or love you as a spouse. And that's going to be the end of the friendship. And that's going to make you feel quite betrayed. So what falls down to is that the first event is end of a friendship. The second event those are the cards for the second event. Give me a second. It's inclusion. Someone that cares for you deeply will include you where it's supposed to be. Like in a contract, like in a will, like in an invitation, right? They will basically gonna open up the possibility you to be a part of something you aren't supposed to be a part of. That may be, for example, just saying, okay, for example, an aunt of yours that includes you in her will alongside with her children. And you aren't supposed to be in her will, but you are gonna be. That is just for example, okay? It is an inclusion, you being included where you aren't supposed to be at. That is the second event of yours. That will be, these two events are going to be substantial for you for 2026. Next one is Shaughnessy. Let's have a look what kind of a year you're going to have. Yeah, it does. You're gonna mess some people's plans off with that. Actually, you aren't gonna be the one who messes the plans off. It's gonna be the one that it's the reason those plans exist on the first place. You're welcome, use the bone. All right, Shona say it's those are the cards. We do have Three of Cups. Temperance, Merry Christmas to everyone as well. Merry Christmas to you too, News Devon. Temperance, King of Pentacles, and also Ace of Swords. So the primary focus of this year is to getting straight with important individual for you throughout the year. That is going to be the most important thing that is going to take place in 2026 for you, and based on it, like under getting straight, I mean clarifying what you both are going to be for one another and finalizing everything you share with that person, like setting it straight. And this will allow you to how can I put it to words, to now confidently make moves that will establish your life further. To additionally to it, this is going to be a year of a immense social development. You will find a lot of followers throughout the year, and under followers I mean people that are going to share your vision, share your agenda, share your concept as well. So if you are influencer, if you work online, or kind of like, you know, if you are like me, for example, this is going to be extremely good year for you. You will accumulate a lot of following and also a lot of friends. But that is also a year where you are going to face a lot of disrespect and animosity, because there is also going to be people that does not share your vision. And while, you know, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, there are going to be attempts on more than one occasion you to be shunned about your beliefs, and because also of your opinion, and there isn't getting through with these people. I mean, there won't be, as much as you like, and it doesn't matter how kind you are, there won't be just, you know, reaching a common ground with those people. It simply will feel like the right measures to make peace with them always eludes you, and they will just not gonna worth neither your time nor your breath. That is what 2026 is going to be for you. Okay, next one, MT. Those are the cards for 2026 for you, MT. Four of Cups, the Fool, Three of Swords, and the Lovers. Oh yeah, it's almost 5 a.m., Gaia. But I am almost done. I have, aside from MTs, 3 more readings, and then holidays. Aside from the already scheduled private readings, you know, but they are a different kind of beast. And don't worry, tomorrow is a day of relaxing. I don't have anything scheduled tomorrow, so actually today already. So I will get to have a nice sleep, probably until early afternoon. I'm gonna have my coffee and probably play some video games walk my dog. It's gonna be a nice day tomorrow. I hope so, at least. Actually, today. Oh, actually, I do have something scheduled. I'm gonna help my girlfriend cook for Christmas Eve. I mean, the cake she makes, guys. Oh, Jesus, is so freaking delicious. Family recipe, red velvet. I have I've had few red velvets in kind of like candy stores and um how can I put it to words? These shops where they sell cakes. Nothing comes even close to a red velvet. It's ridiculously tasty. I have Taco. I have kind of like devoted to beat The Witcher 3 in the holidays. So let's see how this is gonna go. I have no idea. I know that we're gonna cook two types of meat. Uh, yeah, she's a good baker. I had my attempt to bake. It was last night, or it was the night before. It was the night before last night, and I made English cookies. They became kind of like harder than they are supposed to, but they became very tasty. Anyway, MT. Uh, Now, this year, 2026 is going to be all about a personal preference of the year. According to these cards, you should kind of like push very hard into developing your current undertakings. Now, one thing you can do so very wrong throughout 2026 is start from scratch something new, like new line of business, abandoning the current line of business, that type of things, like starting from a ground zero. 2026, it's a year where you can make a fantastic development in your current undertakings or just maintain your current undertakings and have a peaceful life. Either of those is going to work very, very well for you, right? Those cards are advising you to make a hard push and develop your current undertakings. Expand your business, expand your relationships, expand your friendships, and so on and so forth. But if you don't take the matter seriously, then don't bother, because the extra results for you will not gonna meet the expectations of the efforts given in, right? And either way you decide to spend your year, whether you're gonna spend your year in maintaining and resting, or you're gonna spend your year into colossal efforts and kind of like pressure, but reaping a huge gains. Either way is going to work for you. By the end of the year, when you look back, you're going to say, thank God I made that choice. Either way is going to work for you. So the only way you can screw up 2026, if you have some kind of a crazy idea and you have no preparation on it, has nothing to do with your current life, you just say, what the hell, let me try it out, and it's not gonna turn out very well for you. uh Cheesecakes, it's not something I like. I don't have much to cakes, Taco. But the red velvet my girlfriend does, it's out of this world. All right, Yellow Bee, strictly career reading for 2026. Let's have a look what kind of career you're going to have or other career development you're going to have for 2026. A really good one. Those are the cards, Yellow Bee. 30 pounds, it's about 16 kilos, I believe. I mean, here in Europe, we use the metric system. So 30 pounds for many people doesn't mean anything. Okay. But I know that 1 pound, it's 450 grams, I believe. So it's give or take half a kilo. The Fahrenheit to Celsius, it's a bit more complex to transform. But 30 pounds, the pounds to kilo, it's kind of simple. All right, Yadabi, I don't know if you are planning to kind of like change jobs. And if you do, you have a high chance to find one that will work entirely in your career developing interest. Okay, but in order to do so, you have to actively search for it rather than expect that you're just gonna bump uh, into it whatsoever. This year, how successful this year is going to be will depend on how initiative you are and how active you are. That isn't a year where you wait things to happen on their own accord. That's a year you make things happen. Now, throughout the year, when it comes to your job, all the people that you're going to work with are going to be nice and pleasant, and all the projects and tasks that you're going to handle throughout the year are going to give you joy and are going to be pleasant, for the most part. One particular partnership for you is going to stand out because that is going to be a partnership with an individual who always has a way through, right? They always have an answer and they don't back down from a challenge. They are going to happen to be a huge help to you. And once that partnership is in developed stage, you will determine that that is the perfect person for you. What that for you means, that is for you to answer. Maybe the perfect person for you to be with romantically, or the perfect person for you to be with professionally, right? Or to be with socially. Well, that is something for you to determine, but by the end of the year, you should feel very comfortable when it comes to your job and when it comes to your career. Your career at that stage by the end of 2026 is going to be so good, in fact, that will give you the confidence to not re-establish, but like reshuffle the aspects of your life in a way that they will simply going to be more comfortable to you, and will allow you to tackle a bigger challenges of life in general. But for the most part, Yalabi, that's year 2026 is going to make you feel very pleasant about your job, about your business, and to be happy of it. All right. Next, it's Gaia. So you have a specific inquiry, which is what is the best course of action that you can take regarding the situation you are in, the pickle that you're going to find yourself in. Now let's have a look. Those are the cards. The best course of action is to stop arguing. Stop arguing and let the circumstances do their job. According to these cards, you have already made your point and you have already done what you are expected from you to do. You just have to leave things to set themselves on their own accord. To allow the person that you are in a conflict with, for example, to make up their mind and to make up their decision. Okay, what they're gonna do from here on moving forward, or to wait for the one you are in a partnership with to do their freaking job, because you have done your job. Now you can't expect that you're gonna do their job too, right? In a matter of making impression, if that is the situation you're finding yourself into, the best course of action is to build up trust through a reliability. So present yourself as a reliable person, and that will secure you the position and secure you the partnership or the relationship. But for the most part, Gaia, best thing you can do is just wait. The best course of action is no action whatsoever until the cue comes. And when the cue comes, you will pretty much gonna know it. Hey, Eben girl. Well, in the family, help with what you can, but don't kind of like force your way through. Just, you know, take no action, take no initiative. Right, and last but not least, Taco. Q, like the time to make a move. You will know when that time is right and what the move should be. But again, Gaia, don't go into conflict. That's the worst you can do. Tackle those error cards. Uh, Give me a minute, mate. Yeah, Melissa. There is no way to change it back. I mean, I've made my research. How can I turn off these? I don't know how even YouTube calls them. Name something shitty, and there is no way to turn it off. I mean, to bring your real names back. It's name tags or whatever, unique name, whatever shit they have came up with, and it's frustrating, it's annoying, but it's how it's gonna be. You can change it though. I mean, you can make it at Melissa something, you know. You can write your real name. You check the tutorial. I mean, if you write it, if you look for it in Google, it will redirect you into where you can change it to your real name, or at least something close to it. But other than that, it's right. Taco, very enterprising new year or year of 2026, where you're gonna have a lot of interesting activities and interesting enterprises that you can take a part of. So that will be, for the most part, a very exciting year for you, and it will be a fast-paced year. So fast-paced that there are gonna be certain people that simply will not gonna fit in anymore, because they will not gonna be accustomed to neither the nature of the pace, neither the speed of the pace as well. And so unfortunately, you are gonna have to bid farewell with them. But that is not going to be a big deal for you, at least at the time when you do so. Okay. uh this fast pace of the year is gonna make your life a bit more complicated than it is right now. Okay, so it's just there are gonna be more than one thing happening at once, and the situations, the most of the situations that you're going to be in are going to feel a bit more complicated than what you have handled by that point. However, you ain't going to be uncomfortable with the state of it. Now 2026 also is going to be an year where someone is going to fall in love with you. Okay, and that person will be a reason and a cause for a very positive change in your life. And towards the end of the year, I see you here being focused on making that change true and make it real. This person is going to ignite a passion in you for something greater and for something bigger. I hope it's worth it. But if I have to classify the year in one word, it's gonna be interesting year. Second word is going to be very passionate and enthusiastic year. You will not gonna be bothered, right? You're just not gonna feel boredom throughout the year 2026. All right, guys and girls, that's gonna do it for 2025. It was a tough year, it was a rough one. Um, Hopefully, we are going to bid farewell to 2025 and enter in 2026 with far more brighter perspectives than we currently have. So this is going to be, again, the final stream. That was the final stream for 2025. In 2026, we are going to see each other at the 4th of January. So 2 weeks from now, exactly 2 weeks from now. Oh, it was there, Yadabi. Was there. You had Six of Cups. I don't remember the rest of the cards, but the first one was definitely Six of Cups. It is there. I don't remember what you had. It's the one before the one with the 3 cards. So look at the one with the 3 cards, and the previous one is yours. So yeah, we're gonna see each other in exactly 2 weeks. And I wish you the most amazing holidays you ever had. I hope Christmas does miracles for you, because it's what happens in Christmas. Thank you for your generosity as always. I love you, guys and girls, and we're gonna see each other next time. Until then, bye.